In the previous session, we saw what constructors were and we saw some sample programs. And in this session, we are going to see what constructor overloading is going to be about. And of course, the sample program on constructor overloading. What is constructor overloading? We've already spoken about constructors, that a method with the same name as the class name is called a constructor. But we can overload a constructor by having different methods with the same name as that of the class name, but we can pass different arguments inside each and every method. It can be accessed from anywhere depending on the arguments. What does this mean? It says, like suppose in the first method that you've created you have just one integer, and the second method you have two integers, and I'm passing two integers, then naturally the second method will be called, and it can be implemented in inheritance or in a class. The program that you see on the screen is on constructor overloading. Now if you see, I have a class called constructor overload, and I've also created a method with the same name of the class, and in this I've just printed a value. Now there is also another constructor with the same name, but I've passed some other values. I've passed two integer values inside, and in that particular method I've added the numbers. Once again I've created another method. In that I passed two methods double, and I've multiplied that particular method and I've printed it out. Now in the third overload constructor I have created a string, and it just say hello plus yes, that is the string that we pass. And the public static void main method, you see I have created int ab for these two, I have created a double for these, and a string s for this. Now the buffer reader is the input reader that is going to take the input from the user. The constructor overload, first I'm creating an object called CO, and in that I'm just creating an object. I'm asking the user to enter two integer values, and I'm passing the values of a and b into this. So what will happen is the CO will simply add these numbers a and b. Now in the next thing, I have asked the user to print two double values, and I've multiplied it as you saw in this particular constructor, and this is what is happening here. And in the system out println in the third section, I've asked the user to enter a name, and the name is read. The CO3 I have once again called the method that I've passed in is the values that I've taken or passed here in this method. So after having done that, if you see, all the three operations would have been done with the same method name. You will understand more when we run this program. Now we'll execute this program. See, the default constructor has been called. Now it's asking for two integer value, which means that CO1 is going to be called. So I'm entering two values. It's been added and the result is 45. Now it's asking me to enter two double values. And now the multiplication has happened. Now it's asking me to enter a name with the same method. If you see, I have run the same method 3 times but with different values. This is a classic example of constructor overloading. Go through this, you will be using a lot in your Java programs. Now I know that you would have understood what constructor overloading is all about. So I had promised that we'll talk about constructor overloading, and I told you that I'll be showing you a sample program. So now that you've seen the sample program, I'm quite sure you've understood constructor overloading. So till such time we meet again, it's bye and thank you.